Dear students, hope you and your family are safe and healthy at your home. As you know, the difficult situations outside due to coronavirus, the whole education system is being affected. Our school has decided to provide you some study material online so that you can use your time in a good and fruitful manner. Before we start our first chapter, I request you all to please sit with a pen and a notebook. Your doubts will be cleared when we meet in the class manually. So here we start our first chapter of English grammar. The name of this chapter is sentence. In the previous classes, you must have been read about this, but now we are going to learn this lesson in detail, like definition of sentence, parts, kinds, exercises, etc. So students, as you can see on the screen, we have written here sentence, and first part is definition, and it says a sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense by itself. Example, I am a girl. Second example, this book is mine. So the features of sentences are a sentence consists of a group of words that makes complete sense. B, it has a verb. C, the words in a sentence are written in proper order. D, it has a subject and predicate. E, it begins with a capital letter. This word, the phrase, is not new for you. You have written a little bit in the previous classes, but now the phrase is in a detailed condition. As you can see on the screen, I have written definition here. A group of words that makes sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. Example A, with a spoon. Example B, in the auditorium. Here is a short exercise for you to understand what is phrase. Exercise A. Underline the phrase in these sentences. As you can see that I have already underlined that. First, the garden was full of red roses. So I have underlined full of red roses. It means the sentence has given you the meaning but not complete meaning. Second, she is always in a hurry. It means in a hurry, as you can understand the meaning of this sentence but not complete sense. Third, this water is not fit for drinking. And the fourth example, he was playing in the park. We have read about the definition of phrase. Now, parts of a sentence. A sentence is made up of two parts, namely a subject and a predicate. These words are also not new for you. You have read that words in class 5 also and in 6 also. Now, subject definition is it is that part of a sentence which tells us who or what the sentence is about. It means what we are talking about. And the predicate is it is that part of a sentence which tells us something about the subject. Example, the actors performed well. In this sentence, I have underlined the actors as subject and performed well as predicate just because the actors is the subject since it tells us what the sentence is about, and the predicate is performed well since it tells us something about the subject. Before we start to know that what is the place of subject and predicate in each kind of sentence, we should do a short and quick revision of kinds of sentences. Here it is. So here I present kinds of sentences. In class 6, you have read these kind of sentences in very detail, and now here is a quick revision of that part. First part is that assertive and declarative sentence. As you can see that I have written a definition also there. Sentence that state or declare something. Example A, the lion is sleeping. I have made a star there. An assertive sentence can be affirmative or negative and is always followed by a full stop. You can say that it is a feature of assertive sentence that it can be affirmative or negative. It means the lion is sleeping, and the lion is not sleeping, and it is always followed by a full stop. Second part is imperative sentence. Sentences that give orders, make requests, or offer advices are called imperative sentence. Example A, please give me your pen. And I have written there request, so it means this sentence is of request part. B, don't eat potato chips. It is a command. It means I am giving command to a kid that please don't eat potato chips. C, have some fruits. There is a suggestion in this sentence. Again, I have made a star. An imperative sentence starts with root form of the verb and ends with a full stop. As you all know, the root form, it means the first form of the verb. The third part of kind of sentence is interrogative sentence. I have made two clouds here, and as you can see that interrogative sentence are of two type, yes no type and WH word type. So the definition of this sentences that are used to ask question. If somebody is asking a question to you, that is interrogative sentence. Example A, are you Mrs. Sharma? Example B, what are you doing? An interrogative sentence can be start with WH word like what, how many, where, which, why, when, or helping verb like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, is always followed by a question mark. As you know it very well that if we are asking a question to someone, we will use question mark in the end of the sentence. Now fourth part is exclamatory sentence. Sentence that shows our strong feeling of surprise, admiration, appreciation and shock. Example, what a happy baby he is. Exclamatory sentences are always followed by an exclamation mark and they can start with what and how. So now you know about the detailed feature of sentence and its kind. Now we again come back to our previous topic of subject and predicate. Here we get to know about the places of subject and predicate in each kind of sentences. So now you know about the detailed features of sentence and its kind. Now we again come back to our previous topic of subject and predicate. Here we get to know about the places of subject and predicate in each sentence. The subject of a sentence usually comes before a predicate, but in imperative sentence the subject is not mentioned but implied. It means you cannot find the subject in the imperative sentence because imperative sentence starts with root form of the verb as I told you before. So example A, go there. It means you go there. You as subject and go there as predicate. B part, in interrogative sentence the subject and predicate are placed in the following order. Example A, what are you doing? I have underlined what are as predicate, you as subject and doing and question mark is as predicate. To find the subject and the predicate in interrogative sentence, we change these sentences into statements as I have done. What are you doing? And you are doing what? So clearly you get to know that you is your subject and rest of the sentence is your predicate. In the exclamatory sentence, we use the same rule as we used in the interrogative sentence. What a good boy John is. What a good boy is underlined as predicate. John is subject and is an exclamatory symbol as predicate. Again, if you want to find the subject and predicate in the exclamatory sentence, we change this sentence again into statement. What a good boy John is. John is a good boy. As you can clearly see that again, that John is a subject and rest of the sentence is your predicate. Now, some exercise for you. Read the following sentence and identify the subject and predicate. I have done it for you. So please read this exercise very clearly and please try to understand the sentences. And now exercise C is as your home assignment. So please do it. Change the following into interrogative sentence by rearranging the order of words. Please try to do this exercise by your own. Stay home, stay safe.